What do you know about planes?
I know a lot about planes.
Buckle in, dude. It's gonna suck.
Put your hand on the screen.
How did they find out? Who was the one?
This show has gotten infinitely more gay.
The mystical land of New Jersey.
I don't understand how the laws in this
Yeah.
country work anymore.
I got the words Yakuza and Jacuzzi mixed up, and now I'm in hot water with the Japanese.
Ooh.
Welcome to the Rebel Radio Show. To my right is Shani.
Hey, everyone.
On the board is Jules.
Howdy.
I'm Radio's Rebel DJ Style.
I thought you were about to start freestyling there. In the Yakuza with the Jacuzza, and you know that I got the sick moves. So watch me as I go to Lollapalooza. You fools.
3 more shows. 216-859-8699. That number to text in. We're live today on this Monday evening on WSRR Radio. You can get there by downloading the free mobile app or going to WSRRadio.com or SynergyMusicStudio.com. They're based out of Chicago, Illinois. They handle your mixing, mastering, recording, demo, and session work, and so much more. Even a reamping service for those of you not in Chicago. Check out SynergyMusicStudio.com today and scroll down. You'll get WSRR Radio right at the bottom of their page as well. Yes. What are we talking about today, guys?
What's a conspiracy?
Woo!
You know,
See,
we're not
look
gonna,
at that. We're like, woo.
We're not going to be here for October, which is
Yeah.
our,
They'll be dead.
our they're offing us. They're taking us behind the shed and sending us
Giving
home.
us the old yeller.
Yeah.
They finally caught up to it.
With fucking the sponsors. they're killing it. They're cutting us.
Corporate hates it.
But we're doing conspiracies early.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3 of them.
I like it.
Starting with,
Mars.
what
Ready?
is it?
Ready? That's the Mars
I
sound.
feel like it's just going to sound like air and then a whistle.
No, it's a humming.
That's the Mars sound?
It's
is
a
that
hum.
what you said?
Yeah, it's a humming and a whistling. It's a low hum and then a whistle. So
You know Mars isn't hot.
Well, when you mentioned to me earlier that a rover had landed on Mars and burst, I immediately assumed, into flames, because I thought Mars is hot.
No, Mars is actually very cold, isn't it? Isn't Mars like super cold?
Listen,
Don't ask me. I'm not a Mars aficionado.
Well, they had ice on Mars.
Matt Damon grew a couple potatoes on
Yeah.
Mars. Remember that one? He said, "I'm a space pirate. Look at me."
I have an issue with that movie.
And what? And why?
Well, in the movie, he obviously is marooned on Mars like a pirate, and he has
When he's
to.
marooned.
He has to. Oh, I'm sorry. Just because you can't work marooned into your day-to-day conversations, you have to shit on me.
Damn it!
When Matt Damon's marooned on Mars, he has to get pieces to survive, and he's going around like taking pieces off the spaceship, building this fucking farm. But he finds the Curiosity rover and uses it, and the Curiosity rover was never on Mars.
Neither was Matt Damon.
Well,
Well, wait, whoa,
I've
wait,
seen
wait,
him.
whoa.
I've seen it.
I'm
So-
pretty sure that dude grew a couple potatoes.
Yeah, with his poop.
With a couple potatoes or two.
Yeah, I've seen Matt Damon on Mars.
Yeah.
Curiosity rover, not so much. I saw an article 2 days ago, and it was just questioning the validity of Mars rovers. Because there's more than one, right? Curiosity is just the main
I don't
rover.
know why you keep looking at me when you're asking. Because
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've always assumed, and I guess I've never thought too deeply into it.
I never think about space.
I
if
don't
we're
think
being
about
honest.
Mars that often. Sorry.
I do daily.
Sorry, Mars. I don't think about you that much.
They need bombs.
But they do. But great pool. I feel like there's probably only one, right? Just the Curiosity. Whoop whoop.
Well, listen, we never made it to the moon, so I think it's a far stretch to think we put things on Mars. Now,
Put things on Mars.
anything on Mars. Here's why this article caught my attention.
Mm-hmm.
Because for a couple decades before we landed the Curiosity rover on Mars,
Mm-hmm.
the Soviets have obviously been in a space race with us.
Mm-hmm.
And while we were also trying to get to the moon, they were also trying to put things on Mars. And they had tried several different rovers, I think at least 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And every time it either like burned up going through the atmosphere of Earth, or burned up going through the atmosphere of Mars,
Mm-hmm.
or something happened along the way. In the
Right.
last attempt, the rover, once it made impact with the surface of Mars, just burst into a million pieces because of the velocity of the impact it made with the surface.
Too much gravity on Mars?
I don't know if that was it, but maybe. But they stopped trying after that.
Right.
And then China China was also trying to do the same thing. They're trying to put a rover on Mars, and they got rovers on Mars. I think 2 of them actually like stayed on Mars, but they couldn't connect to them after the fact. Like they had no
Right.
signal to these rovers.
They were basically
They're dead.
dead. Yeah.
So
right.
this brings up my question of how has the Curiosity rover been on Mars for like, I don't know, 12 years and just chilling and we never hear anything about it now? I don't think it's been on Mars. I think you could put a rover in any red desert and take a picture of it and no one would know. Who's going to check?
Right.
Who's going to check?
Apparently you.
Yeah.
I'm going to Mars is why we're ending the show.
So
On the moon for himself.
Yeah, I want a real space race this time with proof.
what I
With feeling.
was seeing, looking up into this very briefly before we came on, NASA has reportedly posted pictures of the Mars, like that the Mars rover has taken,
Yeah.
and there's one that looks like a doorway.
Oh, yes, that very much looks like a door in a rock.
Right. And so people have a speculation on the validity of the Mars rover from that, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's just a underground bunker in Arizona.
To fact check, there's 2 active rovers on Mars.
Ah.
NASA's Curiosity and Perseverance are both on Mars currently and active.
Oh,
and
so
China has the Zhurong rover that is dead. That's the one that landed and they lost signal.
Right.
I need our Mars rovers to take a picture of that one to prove that they're on
I
there.
want the Mars
Interesting.
rovers to take pictures of each other to prove.
Kissing.
Yeah, I want them to kiss. I want space docking from the Mars rovers.
I think the last time that I genuinely thought about the Mars rover was when it sang itself "Happy Birthday."
Yeah.
When was that?
I
On its
don't
birthday?
fucking know. On
Middle
its
school?
birthday. Yeah, maybe.
No,
High
every
school,
year.
probably.
Every year does it?
Wait, it does that every? Yeah.
Yeah.
That. All right, listen, pal.
But like the video goes around.
First time it's cute, viral. You get the video from it. After a couple years, man.
You're 14 years old now, dude. You don't need to be singing Happy
Well,
Birthday
there's
to
also
yourself.
another rover on the.
Yeah,
on
they
the
can
there's
sing
new
happy
on the-
baby
birthday to each
rovers.
other.
They can sing "Happy Birthday" to each other. They don't need to be singing themselves "Happy Birthday."
The Curiosity rover landed in 2012.
Why did they program it to sing itself happy birthday?
Perseverance landed in 2020.
Cutesy reasons.
It's
Because Mars has to be cute.
Yeah. Kuai 5 Mars. Obviously.
Continue.
What's going?
I'm just reading about past rovers now. Souvenir was a rover NASA sent up there in 1997. That thing's dead. Spirit sent up there by NASA.
Okay.
Was a twin rover with Opportunity, both in 2004. They're
So
dead.
we're just littering Mars.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the same way that we litter space.
That's true.
Do you believe that the Curiosity isn't real, but there have been rovers in the past that have made it to Mars?
I think they've made it to Mars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they've been active on Mars. If they have made it to Mars,
For like long, have they been active? Like, is it something where they just burst upon impact, or they die upon impact, or
they
like
make it there and then you just can't connect.
yeah, I think they
Right.
can't connect. I think they have the problem that China's having. And like, if they do have connection, I don't think it's prolonged. I don't think the Curiosity
You don't
rover has been on
believe-
Mars for fucking 14 years,
You don't believe that America could
13
do
years.
Hmm.
I think they probably could now. But we've already established in the lore of America
When
that
did
we
they-
went to the moon and we put a rover on Mars. So what do they have to prove?
When did the Perseverance get there?
Perseverance, 2021, 2020.
That was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
In today's,
And what's it done for me recently?
in
Prove that it's real.
Hasn't, because here I am questioning it.
in today's day and age,
Yeah.
how much damage would it really do for them to just come out and say like, yeah, that shit was fake?
We're getting closer every year.
Well, I mean, they still won't release the Epstein files, so
But maybe they would do that as like a distraction.
they could.
Yeah, once we get close enough to the Epstein files being released, they're going to be like, guys,
You're
Moon landing was
right.
fake.
We didn't go to the moon.
we have the original footage.
there's space bears, guys.
It's just Stanley Kubrick on a set. Action.
They film a fake moon landing now with Stanley Kubrick.
Oh man.
They superimpose fake moon landing over the real moon landing footage. Possibly. I think that we're very close to them revealing the moon landing wasn't real. I think we'll get to 9/11 before the moon landing.
Oh no! Oh no!
Just
We gotta
saying
get
a lot of
through-
buzzwords
We gotta
here.
get through 9/11 to get to the moon landing. It's like some space-based action adventure.
it's like some kind of galactic ninja experience
Oh, God.
between the moon landing and 9/11, the space race. But I don't know. I think we'll hear. I don't know. Because they're not going to ever admit to 9/11, right?
No, never.
Probably never.
Like, we talked about it last year or the year
Again.
before, and we talked about 9/11. Like, I think as a society, we live in a society, I think that most people are willing to admit 9/11 was a little wonky.
Yeah, but in today's day and age, with the stuff that they like dangle over our heads, it's
Yeah.
like, would you be surprised if they were like, "Hey, we think that we've uncovered some documents, and we think that this might all be a big ruse"?
Well, I'm just thinking, like, it would probably be less consequential to admit that we didn't land on the moon, right? Than to admit the United States government had some part in 9/11.
I don't know, because
Better watch that fucking signal to make sure we're
I
still
know.
on air.
I said it, you were saying a lot of buzzwords here.
in my eyes, they view that as like a double negative of, well, it's
It's a lose-lose when you're the government.
because both of those things are like, that's unpatriotic. You know, that's
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
unpatriotic. That's not what the government should do. And so either way, you're looking at it as, if you're the government, you're going to look at it as like, people are going to turn on us now, which is exactly what you don't want, I think, as a government system.
Well, that's why they say don't panic, organize.
Well, I think in terms of releasing, like, information, I think we are at the same level now with the moon landing that we are at now with JFK. They released those documents about JFK's assassination a
Right.
couple months ago,
Right.
Yeah.
and all it did was say, yeah, it's a little suspicious, and confirm everyone already knows. The people that put the assassination on JFK aren't going to say, hey, we assassinated JFK. It's not what the documents are going to say when the author is the person who did it.
Right.
So, like, we got the article, and it's exactly what we all expected it to be. It's not going to say, you know, hey, by the way, we did this. So, in terms of the moon landing, they taped over the original footage. NASA has said, oh, we don't have the footage of the moon landing. It got taped over. I think that's as much as we're going to get for the moon landing.
Right. Right. It's going to be, they released the documents about the moon landing,
Yeah.
but the documents just say, yeah, we taped over the footage in this year accidentally, and
Yeah.
it has since been lost to time.
Yep. Since then, we can't go back and prove
Right.
either yes or no that we landed on
We
the
can't
moon.
recover this footage, thus it remains an open situation.
NASA
NASA got pissed about that one. Started launching a rocket.
started targeting the Curiosity rover at us from Mars. The article basically just said that you could put the rover in any desert setting and take pictures, and you could tell people it was a picture in Arizona, you could tell people it was a picture on Mars, and I think it'd be equally as likely.
I don't think it's impossible. I don't know. I just feel like it's one of those things where it's been built up already that, like, there are rovers on Mars that take real pictures of Mars, and that's how it has been for however long they've been putting rovers on Mars. Because clearly there's a history to this. I wouldn't be surprised if, like you said, more of them than we had thought make it there and, like, are only connected for 5 days and then run out of juice.
Yeah.
And then we lose signal or something like that. And it's like, well, we got these images from these 5 days, and so that's what we released, but
What are they really doing? 216-859-8699. NASA, what have you done for me lately?
What's the difference between the shirt you're currently wearing and the one that I am? Well, both do their job of concealing us from the outside world and social boundaries. But one little black swoosh makes yours cost nearly double. That red rectangle may not change how warm you are, but it certainly changes the price tag. The truth is, nobody cares about the details. Get to the point with GenericClothes.com. Have a laugh at the big brand clothing company's expense with shirts that simply say sports team, political statement, music band, and more. A shirt for any occasion and the perfect gift. GenericClothes.com.
Save money, live better, WSRR.
That's Walmart. That is Walmart.
Good work, though.
That's
Hi, this is Melissa,
Hey, it's Matt.
coming at you from Synergy Music Studio.
We are a recording and production studio located on the south side near Chicago.
Check us out online at synergymusicstudio.com. We offer recording, mixing, and mastering.
And follow us on Instagram at Synergy Music Studio. Rock hard.
Welcome back to the Rebel Radio Show.
You Uba Tuba son of a bitch.
Uba tuba piece of shit. You stinky rope.
Clip that.
Listen, you got about 13 days to start enjoying this show, or I'm getting rid of it. I think there's more to that. I think more people need to look into the Mars rover. But
Mhm.
let's also talk about MK Ultra, because we started talking about the government a little bit there too. And we talked about MK Ultra, right? At one
Yeah,
point?
that was a part of our conspiracies.
Yeah.
That was one
Last
of
year or
them.
the year before?
Last year, I believe.
Last year?
Somewhere out there you can find
Yeah,
us talking about
I
MK
believe.
Ultra, but we did our deep dive into it. But I came across another article today that said, what if MK Ultra never stopped? It just evolved into modern entertainment and technology. Another article said that MK Ultra didn't stop. It just got turned into a subscription. So the premise being that MK Ultra, which was a CIA operation to secretly drug people with LSD to study the effects and see if they could get rid of identity and essentially create mind control with high dosage drugging.
Right.
What if that never actually stopped and in fact has just been replaced with essentially subliminal messaging through social media,
Which we also talked about.
which we also talked about subliminal messaging. It might have been that same
I think it may
Yeah.
have been.
combination, which
think
is
that
very
was
convenient.
First hour, second hour.
Yeah. But yeah, the idea is that MK Ultra is still very much a thing and that the government's just using social media now to do that.
It's just taking a
It makes
new
sense.
shape.
Yeah. I don't think it's very far-fetched, especially since when you think about it, all these major media companies and billionaires that own these major media companies
Mm-hmm.
all have significant say or stock in the federal government
Yep.
because it's an
Right.
oligarchy.
Right. Yeah. It's one of those things where, like, I wonder if people caught on to the fact that this releases dopamine in your brain from scrolling on this
Right.
thing. Early Instagram days, early 2010s or whatever. And they're like, oh, okay, we need to pump this, make this a huge thing, and, take stock in a
Yeah.
government or something like that.
Well, everybody and every brand and literally everyone has an Instagram account or a
Right.
Facebook account.
Yeah.
And they can post whatever messaging they want to
Right.
whoever they want.
Right.
Well, not to get too far ahead of the 8 ball here,
Mm-hmm.
but we're going to get into it in the next segment. Everybody has some kind of social media accounts, but is everyone you're interacting with somebody on social media?
Mm.
And I think that's where your point comes in from a minute ago, Shane, of it might have started out as here's a platform to post pictures, right?
Right.
And then it grew with popularity, and the people at the top saw the reach and potential it could have for something nefarious.
Mm-hmm.
And then it became less about here's a platform for people to share pictures, and more so, here's a platform to for people to share pictures that we can also use to pump a message.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I genuinely, I would like to be a fly on the wall in, like, the meeting of, and I guess I don't know exactly how it would have looked, but if you're the owner of Facebook and Instagram and Twitter at those times when it's being like tested and proven that social media does actually do something in your brain and people
Yeah.
can actually
Right.
get addicted to your phone. And I wonder if those people were like, oh, like the owners or whatever were like, oh, we need to take advantage of this, and how do we make this more addicting than we already have?
Right.
You know, like, what can we do to, like, think about how Snapchat has evolved into something so much different than it was
Right.
before, and, like, almost to the point of Snapchatting someone with, like, a picture and a caption feels very, like, and maybe it's still something that's done by people in, like, middle school, high school,
Yeah.
but, like, that feels very outdated for us.
Yeah. Snapchat? NASA?
NASA?
NASA chat?
Snapchat? Yeah, but yeah.
Snapcash?
I don't know. Snapchat is all over the place anymore. The fact that, so, it literally told your wife that we were back in town. when we-
Yeah, she told me.
it was crazy.
She got, like, a notification that was like,
Jules is back in town.
yeah, Jules is back in town. Oh, that's kind of weird.
Mine
That
does
is
that
very
every
weird.
time Jake's in town.
Mm.
Only Jake.
Yeah.
Mm.
Nobody else I get notifications for when they enter Ohio.
Right.
And, like, it doesn't even have to be close proximity, like 2 hours away in Ohio, and it'll tell me Jake is back in town.
That's so weird.
Because
Yeah.
he's back in his town.
But think
Well,
about
we're like an hour away from them.
Yeah.
think about where it started though. Think about where Snapchat started though. It evolved into something different, and so
Yeah.
I wonder if the CEO of Snapchat or whatever, circa 2012, 2013, 2014, was like, "Hey, how can we make this more addicting than people already seem to be enjoying?" You know, like,
yeah.
and so then it
And
changes.
that's when it grew
And now you
exponentially.
can see everyone on your map, and you can make your little person have clothes, and, you know, like, how do we make this more appealing to the consumer? Yeah, I can completely understand that.
But it's, it's
something
no
like in
longer
them-
like the CIA doing it. It's
Well-
more, it's brands. Well, I guess.
I think it's both. I think they work in tandem together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because, like, how much stock does Mark Zuckerberg have in what the federal government does? How many times has he been brought to court on different charges and
Right.
nothing's ever happened?
right.
Because it's Mark Zuckerberg and he's a billionaire and he can put whatever amount of money he wants into whatever party or reserve or fund he wants.
Right.
And at the end of the day, everyone's going to use his platform to engage with an audience.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of need each other.
Yeah.
I'm going to read this little bit of an article real quick about MK Ultra and social media. We all know about MK Ultra by now. The CIA dosing people with LSD, mind control research, behavioral engineering in the name of national security. The official story is that it ended in the 70s after being exposed. But here's what bugs me. What if that wasn't the end? What if it just changed the format? Think about how much money and brain power was put into MK Ultra. They studied how to break a mind, how to plant suggestions, how to fracture identity. You don't just throw that away, you repackage it. Now look at the kind of content we're surrounded by. Hypersensory kids shows with weird pacing, constant trauma / reward cycles and streaming, celebrity breakdowns right after they go, quote, off script, entire generations glued to screens that feed them culture created for them 24/7. Is it possible that MK Ultra evolved into something more subtle, like narrative control through media instead of chemicals? They used to use LSD to dissolve identity. Now they use overstimulation, parasocial relationships, and targeted content. Same goal, compliance through confusion.
Well, I did see something about how like Coco Melon, one of the worst shows to show your kids, is like
Cocomelon.
it's paced so badly. Like there's a cut per like every second, and it's something about the way that it is set up hurts the way that kids grow up watching it. It's weird. There was
Mm.
something I read
Like
a whole thing about
it's
it.
a little like too stimulating, essentially.
basically.
Interesting.
Well, there was a research a couple of years ago that the attention span of the average person is down to like just seconds, isn't it? It's like 30 seconds or something, 15-second attention spans
I don't know what
is the average.
Yeah, I don't know what the exact like time is, but I can imagine that, especially in America, but I bet all over the world, people just in general have their attention spans have slowly gone down and down and down.
Well, and
that-
when you think about it too, going back to the timing and pacing, the weird cut timing, even with something like the first thing that came to mind was like SpongeBob or Flapjack,
Mhm.
where it's like you have a 30-minute show, you have maybe 4 commercial breaks, usually around TV times 21 to 23 minutes for a runtime of a show like that.
Mhm.
Once you factor in commercials. So even in making that show, even if it was not intentional to be, misleading or subliminal or anything like that, even if you're making that show, to make your full story for an episode fit into 21 minutes, you're going to have to speed through a lot of things. And I think about SpongeBob and Flapjack because there's a lot of like resolution jump cut random scenes that they
Mhm.
just kind of throw in there at you.
Right.
And it's funny.
Right.
But also, what does that do long term if you grew up watching
Quick, easy resolution.
right plot
Mhm.
revolution by jump cuts and quick time events, essentially? You know,
Yeah.
Right.
I wonder what the study is between that of like people who grew up watching SpongeBob or even like Family Out cutaway gags, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how that transitions into real life problem solving.
Well, yeah, I wonder if it's just even like if there's been a study done or anything like that about people who grew up watching cartoons versus people who grew up in the same time but maybe didn't watch cartoons or like were in a electronically isolated
Yeah.
family or something like that. You know what I mean? And like see how they grew up differently. Like someone our age, but they just grew up in an Amish community or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, or just a low income, like no electronic family. I wonder if they would be able to like hold more of a conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not to say that none of us can't hold a conversation. I think that we're all capable of talking. But we've been doing it for how many years now. But like I wonder if it would feel more effortless or like almost if you're talking to someone like that, like they make the conversation flow easier because they're used to just having
regular conversation.
right long drawn out conversation, and allowing for like pauses or whatever.
I'm almost curious about the flip side of that. If you took someone who is 25 and grew up entirely in an Amish community, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you spend the day with them. That's one side of what I'd be interested in, but the other side of it being, could you sit down and watch TV with them? How long would their attention span be to sit down and zone out and watch TV versus yours?
They wouldn't be able to.
Would they want to just get up and go do something
Yeah.
productive
wonder.
rather than watch 3 movies back to back?
Right, like have a crazy binge session or
Yeah.
something like that with that person, and see if they could handle the binge.
Yeah, yeah. Like let's watch the Infinity Saga.
Right,
In one day.
Right, let's watch all of the Marvel movies
Yeah.
in the span of
Whereas, like, you and I could probably sit down and watch the Infinity Saga in a day, and by maybe the last movie, we'd be like, all right, I just want to get through this.
Yeah, right.
But we'd make it 3 or 4 movies before we got to that point. How
Right.
long would it take someone who grew up in, like, an Amish community, say,
One
to
movie.
sit down and go, wow, we're spending a lot of time doing nothing.
Yeah, right. Can you handle an all-night game sesh? Can you? Be honest.
24 hours.
Yeah. Game of
I mean,
Thrones.
that's a little bit more, like, involved, right? Because you're still doing things if you're
Yeah.
playing a video game.
Yeah.
But still, those people don't see it as that.
Whoa,
Right.
whoa, what do you mean those people?
I'm
I'm
sorry.
Right. Amish Americans.
Yeah,
It's sitting on your ass.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's-
it's relaxation to them, I think, no matter
Yeah.
what. Because they don't understand the concept of, like, even...
Your brain thinks that you're doing all of this. Like,
right.
Yeah.
If you're a couch potato.
But that is definitely a more modern take,
Yeah.
even going back 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You know? Like, people used to be like, even, like I said, even 20 years ago, people used to be like, video games are bad for you, and
Right.
you should not be playing video games essentially ever. And
Yeah.
now it's kind of like, well, people make money from it, and it does work. There's been studies done that it does help your brain and keep you mentally agile, which is all very true.
Yeah.
But like, that's only within the last maybe 10 years that stuff like that has become prevalent.
But that's because people started making money.
Well,
Right,
fuck. What
exactly.
year did the Nintendo Wii come out? 2008, somewhere around there.
Probably.
7, 8, somewhere
Yeah,
around there.
yeah.
The Nintendo Wii used to have a fucking screen that popped up if you've been playing for like more than 2 hours and said, "Hey, go outside."
Yeah,
You remember
right,
that? That was the
right.
last time we saw that.
Yeah.
Never seen a video game do that since.
TikTok has a bunch of things that says you've been scrolling too long.
TikTok does, or
Mhm.
users on TikTok do.
No, TikTok. Those are TikTok ads.
Interesting.
I've always thought that was a good concept, but I don't know.
Does
how
it
well
work?
It doesn't.
Has it ever
Hey,
worked?
You've been scrolling for too long. Shut up, computer man.
Yeah. Oh god, not
Swipe.
computer man.
Swipe, be gone.
How many times did you see the Wii message and go outside and play? Nickelodeon used to do the International Day of Play.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That ever work? Nope. Just watched Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Right.
Good in theory, bad in practice. So like, to your point from earlier, we used to be told that you should only watch TV for a certain time, or not to sit too close to the TV.
Right.
Now we have fucking Apple Vision Pro. You're in the TV.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting too, because like I don't know anyone that uses VR, and so I'm not very connected to that realm of
Yeah.
the internet. And
I do think VR is a younger generation.
I think it's a younger generation, but
But
I think it's exactly like what we think. I think it's exactly as addicting as you think it would be, and like, I think it's going to be like what we think or what we think it's going to be like. I think it's going to be like what we think of, like there will just be kids who turn into teens, who turn into adults, who just live in their VR and like
Oof.
kind of don't like sweaty neckbeards of now, but like cyborg versions.
I wonder statistically the number of people who have listened or watched the show on VR already,
Oh, that's interesting.
because it probably exists.
That's
There's
very,
probably
very
a
interesting.
statistic for it.
Probably.
Yeah, and you
It's-
probably
it's-
definitely can listen to this on VR
Yeah.
in some form or fashion.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you can use Spotify in a VR or YouTube,
Right.
and we're on both of those. You
right.
could, honestly, you could probably just go on the internet and go to WSRradio.com. I don't know if you could download the app, but you could
Right.
probably go to the website and listen.
That's pretty wild.
So, like, there probably is a statistic for people who listen on VR.
Mm,
There's people who we have a statistic for people that listen on like Alexa specifically,
that's
and it's a very
interesting.
high statistic, surprisingly.
That's very interesting.
So, like, it's probably not out of the realm of possibility. Someone at least has come across this on a VR.
Right.
Also, a scary concept that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We talked about the YouTube algorithm feeding you videos the other day. Imagine you like pass out or doze off on your VR watching YouTube, and it's just showing you things in a feed on VR YouTube.
Yeah, you wake up and there's like a random cooking video.
Yeah.
Or something. Oh, what
You're
the
just-
fuck?
You're just in someone's apartment.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, holy shit! Cupcakes.
It's just been feeding your
Yeah,
brain the
yeah.
entire time you haven't been paying attention. Lucid VR, my band. 216-859-8699 if you've ever listened to us in virtual reality.
Hey everybody, Coffee Carl here. You know, I was working on my car over the weekend. I just had so much trouble finding what it is I needed for my car. That's when I realized I had to go to yourbuddiesgarage.com. That's BUDDYS, yourbuddiesgarage.com. They have everything you need. Go ahead and check out the website. Alternators, whatever you need. Coffee Carl says do it. It's yourbuddiesgarage.com.
Unless specifically specified, no parts are guaranteed to work. These are salvage parts. Each description will give as much insight as possible into the quality of each part. We do not offer refunds for this purpose. These are intended to be quick fixes or first options before the shop.
If LimeWire taught us anything, your digital music is free and open to piracy, and even manipulation when it comes to digital distribution. So why settle for a bunch of ones and zeros floating around on the internet? Make your release something special with Hellbender Vinyl. Hellbender is one of America's most trusted custom vinyl record pressing plants and works with local artists to get their next release pressed exactly to their liking. So check out Pittsburgh's first and only custom vinyl pressing plant today by visiting hellbendervinyl.com to get started. And don't forget, All customers at Hellbender Vinyl get 5 free test presses at no additional charge. Hellbent on quality, hellbent on service, hellbendervinyl.com.
Hi, this is Melissa.
And hey, it's Matt.
Hi guys, my name is Ari.
Coming at you from Synergy Music Studio. Come through to a Synergy Naked session.
Synergy Naked is a live performance recording, also captured on video. Look for our releases on YouTube at Synergy Music Studio.
We're located on the south side near Chicago. Passing through.
Hit up our DMs on Instagram at Synergy Music Studio. Rock hard.
Are you ready, kids? It's me, distinctively non-copyright unspecified Sponge Man, and you're listening to the Rebel Radio Show on WSRR. Make the switch.
Do we have time to do an episode about dated tech?
I think that we could.
I think that'd be an interesting concept for an episode.
I think at the very least we could do like 2 segments.
On dated technology?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You want to do that next week?
Yeah.
All right. You said Garmin for some reason during the break, and I thought about people owning GPSs. And I'm like, that's the thing that people just don't have anymore is a fucking GPS in their car that's
Yeah.
not their phone or a screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very. I feel like I've said this on air before, but I remember being at a stage in my life and being absolutely terrified that I was going to have to learn every road name and like how to get everywhere.
When I first started driving, I did.
Wait,
Every road name ever?
Well,
did
not
you not
every
have
road
like
name.
a phone?
I can't remember actually.
It's all the
'Cause I would-
technology.
Because I would use my phone for GPS. And I
I
feel
don't-
like even when I had a car that didn't have like a screen on it or anything like that, I would use my phone for. I've always used my phone for GPS.
I think when I first started driving, I didn't have a phone yet. But then I had gotten the car, gotten my license, gotten a job, then got my phone.
I got my license when I was 20, so 2020. So
That is also a factor.
different time.
Because I was thinking, I'm like, I had a phone when I got my license,
Mm-hmm.
but I was on a family plan,
Mm-hmm.
and I only had a gigabyte of data. And so I couldn't use like a map on my phone because it would use all my data like going one way, and then I wouldn't be able to map back. So I had a GPS in my car. I had a physical TomTom GPS in my car.
Do you remember the day you got your license?
It was 2016 when I got mine. I don't remember the day.
I remember the day you got your license.
Because I came to your house.
Yeah.
I remember the song that I played pulling
Yeah.
out of the license bureau.
What song?
The Swingin' Blue Jeans Hillbilly Shake or Hippie Hippie Shake.
Banger.
Yeah, you don't know it.
No.
Yeah, you got
So
a
bad.
text.
Yeah, I got a text from you that was like, hey, come outside. And you were just parked out there with your Mustang. Like,
Well,
oh, cool.
I'm going to do it again one day.
All
I'm
right.
just going to show up in front of your house with a car one day.
Okay.
Hey,
When I
come
renew
outside.
my license, I'm
Yeah.
going to show up at your house.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
yeah, guess what?
hey,
Just renewed my license.
new license.
New license. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We're also not talking about genericclothes.com. We probably should be. Genericclothes.com tells those big brand clothing companies to suck it and has a laugh at their expense. Perfect shirts for any occasion or gift. Genericclothes.com takes all of the hard work out of your clothing search and does it at an affordable rate. Go to genericclothes.com today to get started. Dead Internet Theory. Something we've talked about extensively.
Yeah.
It seems to keep getting brought back up in conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things, kind of like the Mandela effect, that has just found its way to slip back in after we do the conspiracy on it because there's
Yeah.
just more to talk about.
Right.
And especially with Dead Internet Theory, I think we talked about this probably 3 years ago or so when we initially talked about it.
Mhm.
It's only going to become more prevalent in day-to-day life
Mhm.
the more we live. The internet's not going away,
Yeah, internet's not going away, and I think with
but we are.
we are us, the people. I I think with like AI coming about.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like the bot count has exponentially grown.
So
in
for-
in every aspect of
Yeah.
you use something that's online with people, there are now just bots that also are doing that.
For people who may not be aware, what is dead internet theory, real quick?
So dead internet theory is that it's said that we don't use 100% of the internet. We use like what?
A fraction of a fraction of it, yeah.
Yeah, like 15% or something like that, a very small amount of
Well,
the
so
internet
in
is what
general,
we-
like if we're not factoring in dead internet theory, the open internet that we use day-to-day life, Facebook, Google, YouTube, that's 3% of the entire internet.
Yeah,
Like even if
yeah.
you were going to go to page 10,000 of Google,
Right.
you're using 3% of the internet. The rest, the 97%, is deep and dark web that most people won't access.
Right.
But of that 3%,
it's hypothesized that most users are bots, or like probably now in today's day and age it's all AI users, but like in the days of old you could buy bots and have bots run accounts
Yeah.
that were essentially like programs that you would plug into an Instagram account, or like code the program to know how to run a social media account of some kind, or like an account
buy
or something.
followers.
Right.
I feel like the first instance of that was buying followers for like Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm. I remember, so back when I like bought and resold shoes, you could buy bots that would like as soon as the page went live, it would automatically put the shoe in your size in your cart and automatically check out. So like within a fraction of a second, you would like refresh the page and you would be instantly checked out. And so that's one of, along with like buying likes and followers on social media, that's one of the early instances that I can remember of like there is not a human running this thing.
So let me go even a step back farther, because this is if I'm trying to think first instance of bot interaction on the internet, where you might be convinced initially that it was a person. Farmville. Farmville is my first thought of like seeing other people on a farm with you. And I'm pretty sure you could buy bots on like or not through Facebook, but through a third party to like manage your crops on Farmville. And if you're listening and you don't know what Farmville is, you're too young to be listening to the show.
Amen.
And not the new Farmville.
There's a new Farmville.
It's an app.
Jesus Christ! Of course,
By
it's an app.
Facebook.
Of course, it's an app. I'm
That's
gonna download
awesome. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna get
on Farmville.
Go back to Farmville.
But dead internet theory, essentially, in layman's terms, is more and more you're interacting with less people. If you don't know them in real life, there's a high potential that they could be not real. If you
Right.
can't verify that they're a real person in your normal life, then they're not real, is essentially the theory.
So here's just a little. We bring this in today because there was a Sam Altman did like an AMA, I guess, on Reddit. He did he answered a question on Reddit, and basically explained that he believes in dead internet theory. So let me find the quote really quick, but that was kind of my big here. Last week, Altman responded to the post that showed lots of comments in the subreddit r/Claude Code, a Reddit community built around Anthropic Claude Code tool, praising OpenAI's Context AI. I have the strangest experience reading this. I assume it's all fake bots, even though in this case I know Codex growth is really strong and the trend here is real. So he is like seeming to acknowledge that a lot of users on this coding program are bots learning.
Right.
So that's kind of why I brought it in. And it's another one of those AI related things, but I feel like if Sam Altman is saying this, then it's like, okay, it's probably real now. The dead internet theory is probably not as much of a theory as it is like...
It's a thing, yeah.
Right.
I think when we talked about it, I want to say it was about 3 years ago when we talked about it initially. And I think the takeaway then was it's probably legit, but it probably isn't as terrifying as they're making it seem, where you're interacting with fake people all the time.
Right.
And if I remember correctly, the conclusion we came to is you're probably either running into a lot of scam accounts or you're running into a lot of these very simple bots like follower bots or things that are paid to like or these kind of fake accounts where you go to the comment section, it's obviously just like, wow, looks great, thumbs up emoji,
Right.
just to get, drive interaction on a post.
Right.
And I think that's where we kind of settled on that conversation of the logistics of dead internet theory in your day-to-day life. But now, like you said, with AI, I think it's way past that, because I think nowadays you can go on Instagram or Facebook or even YouTube and you see those comments everywhere on any post that has traction. You have, all the fucking fake comments or things that push you to a link. Even on a Reddit, if you go to like a popular subreddit, there'll be links in the fucking comments from bots, right? But I think in today's day and age with AI, like you were saying, I think it's more likely that we have this kind of dead internet theory, that the theory kind of is built around of convincing you that it's not a bot.
Right.
Sam Altman in this post talks about Twitter especially, or X, and on Twitter I think that's a huge presence. I don't use it a lot. I'm on Twitter maybe twice a year, but there's entire like bot run accounts that just tweet as if they're people day to day, and it's not like pushing a product 90% of the time. They're just filling space on the internet.
Right.
And I'd venture to guess there's probably a lot of those on Facebook and YouTube and Snapchat and Instagram as well.
Yeah, I feel like that is probably, and I think I was going to try to make the point of like, I feel like the internet has just gotten bigger, where like there were less bots and more people, quote unquote, and now there are more bots and the same amount of people.
Yeah.
But I don't even know how true that necessarily is.
I was even thinking, are younger generations even on Facebook anymore?
Right. Are they making Facebooks? Are they even making Instagram accounts? I don't know.
I think just based on statistics, your claim is right of there's more bots and less people, and that will continue to progress in that direction, because if you think about it this way, people live and die, right? So usually accounts get deactivated once someone dies, or at the very least no one's logging into them and they sit idle, right? So if you have 100 people that are on Facebook and 100 people die, that's 100 accounts that are either going to be deactivated or sit idle. You could have
deactivate after a couple of years.
You could have 100 new accounts made in a minute with an AI, right? You could have 100. There probably are hundreds of fake accounts being made right this second while I'm talking.
Right.
So just the amount of overload you're going to have from an artificial account to a real account, especially when people are dying and younger generations aren't getting on, Facebook or Instagram as much, and our generation is getting off of Facebook and Instagram.
Right.
I think here's the question now is, are there more bots or fake accounts than real accounts?
Probably.
Yeah.
I want to say probably, but then you think about how big the internet is, how big the world is, and how many people are connected, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
But again, you could have a scam call center, for instance, making 100 fake profiles right now to feed, 4 people to get them scammed.
Right. Yeah,
And how many individuals have multiple accounts?
Right.
That are actually operated by them.
Right.
There's a lot of statistics that go into that question.
I feel like I could see it being equal-ish now, but I think it is trending down.
Towards humans?
Towards humans.
Yeah.
Down towards, like, we're, as a society, we're getting off of social media more. That doesn't mean that it won't...
That's not a bad thing.
Right, it's not a bad thing, but that doesn't mean that it won't trend back up at some point.
Here's my question, and I think I know the answer. How soon... I guess how soon is the better question. How soon will we see apps that are entirely fake accounts or fake profiles that run it? Because I think about this. A couple years ago, before Facebook Marketplace really took off, OfferUp was huge. And OfferUp had a problem where OfferUp started being run by scam accounts, essentially. Just posting like fake listings or fake people messaging you. And so I got off OfferUp. And then I remember downloading it maybe 4 or 5 years ago to try and sell something. And everything I saw was fake. Like I could not interact with a real person if I tried with it.
Right.
Like everything on the sale page was fake postings of like screenshots and shit. Every message I get was just like asking for my phone number and information. So like OfferUp at that time, like 5 years ago or so, was primarily just fake accounts.
Right.
So how far into social media or like specific social medias do we get where it's just fake accounts? I don't think Facebook's going away anytime soon. The fact that it's still here today, when it came out in 2004 or 5, something like that,
Sure.
I don't think it's going away anytime soon. But something less prevalent might be. Like if Vine was still around, would Vine still be active with people today? If MySpace or Twitter was, or MySpace, or the fuck's the other one I'm trying to think of? I don't know. Let's say Tout. MySpace
Tumblr?
or Tout was still around. Tumblr was the other one.
Tumblr.
Flickr. Like if
Yeah.
these things were still around, would they be entirely run by bots? Are they still around? MySpace isn't.
I thought MySpace was still around.
You can probably still make one.
Yeah, I thought it was still active.
I think about like the making of the fake accounts for no reason.
Yeah.
You know, like just making an Instagram account of
The Finstas.
Yeah, but well, no, I'm saying like making an Instagram account or an X account that's run by an AI chatbot sort of thing for no reason other than to like, why are you, as the programmer or the person creating that bot, whatever it is, why are you creating that program if you're just gonna let it like tweet into the eternity, you know, tweet into the abyss for eternity as a single mom,
Where
you know?
other bots and other fake accounts are liking and commenting on it as well.
Yeah, like what is the point of that? What are you getting out of that as the person creating that AI system?
It's like a hole in the internet.
Right.
I would assume the majority of them are tied to something, right? Some
Like
website.
information farming?
Well,
or
yeah,
something?
that information farming. It could be some website that they're driving traffic to.
Sure.
The other account that they're associated with that drives traffic, promoting something. If you make a bot account that gets 10 million views a day, you can get a fucking, I don't know, Surfshark fucking
Right.
affiliate and just farm passive income.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of it though, like Jules was saying, like information the AI is just learning how to interact with people, even though because it views tweeting, like doing its program, tweeting on X, these tweets that relate to this person, this character that this chatbot is taking over.
Yeah, if you like that tweet, it scans your profile and it says, oh, this is what this person likes. Make a
Right.
relatable tweet so they like my next one.
Right. And like I wonder if it ever gets to a point where it's like an echo chamber of like those bot accounts aren't interacting with real people.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
interacting with other
Other
bots pretending to be real people.
I bet there's a lot more of that that goes on than people realize.
And so then there's just these bot accounts that are like Phil, Jenkins from down the road, but it's just like
Just servers, yeah.
it's just like random servers and posts about nothing,
And there's where dead internet theory comes in.
Right.
You just have servers, thousands of fake accounts liking and following each other, essentially.
It's an endless cycle.
Yeah.
And they all think that they're like learning based off people.
And they're just feeding each other the same information in a loop.
Right. And so
Yeah.
I wonder what that, like,
High percentage.
but finding an account like that and like
Yeah.
scrolling through their account and seeing their posts, like I wonder if it resembles people
Now
or
listen.
if it feels like AI gobbledygook.
We've all thought that we're on the verge of some major conspiracy before. Everyone's had that moment at least once where them and their buddy are like looking into something thinking they've just cracked some kind of code and found something out, right? And they go down a rabbit hole trying to investigate it. What if, and I feel like this is the perfect instance that would drive someone insane. Finding one of those accounts, reading through years of tweets, and then realizing that, 90% of their followers are the same thing. That would drive you fucking insane, right? You'd think you'd stumbled onto some giant fucking conspiracy.
Right. But it's
And it's just robots following each other.
well, yeah.
216-859-8699. Let me know you're real out there.
WSRR.
Today's mission. When eating a meal with friends, say, "Are you gonna eat that?" And then start chewing on one of the napkins or straws.
You
found a best friend, you found a new start. I found a new end, I saw myself in you. You saw yourself in me. Well, summer it came as sure as it went. The sea and the sun, the scorching of skin, the burning blacktop and white sand beneath our feet. Oh, here we are, running at the speed of sound. We are running and we can't slow down. We are hanging on to something good. Winter it came, and with it brought snow. The fireplace burned just to keep us both warm. The power went out, and for 3 nights we slept at home. Then I got sick and could not leave, so you snuck into my room for 3 straight weeks just to watch TV, so I wouldn't have to be alone. Well, here we are, running at the speed of sound. We are running and we can't slow down. We are hanging on to something good. And girl, don't you know, some things will never change. Oh, and how you showed me some things are better this way. Well, we're both better this way. The doctor, he called, I hung up the phone. My mother said shocked, my father in stone. My sister, she cried, my brother, he just hung his head. But you never called, I do understand. Contrary to belief, it's hard to comprehend the things left unseen, the things left unsaid. So I just try to remember, forgive and forget, forgive and forget. Well, here we are, running at the speed of sound. We are running and we can't slow down. We are hanging on to something good.
Did you know that your old drafty windows can cost you anywhere between $100 and $600 a year? If you're in Northern Ohio, you need to give J.D. Miller at Clearview Windows a call. A small, local business that takes pride in its craftsmanship, Clearview Windows provides exceptional customer service and attention to detail that can increase your home's value with more energy-efficient windows and doors at a fair price. But don't just take my word for it. Google Clearview Windows by J.D. Miller and check out the reviews from satisfied customers. So give them a call at 330-521-0965. That's 330-521-0965. Clearview Windows, where quality is more than just words on a sign.
Your dad didn't leave for cigarettes. He's out in the car, listening to the Rebel Radio Show.
Welcome to the Rebel Radio Show, live, uncut, and uncensored on WSRR Radio. To my right is Shani.
Hey, everyone.
On the board is Jules.
Howdy.
I'm radio's Rebel DJ style. I had a thought from years gone by.
Eons.
Millennia ago, really.
Grabbed it through the ancestral plane.
Had to really pull out my oracle and pull some omens through it.
I've been going there lately.
The oracle?
The ancestral plane.
Oh.
I've been just
find anything cool?
Contacting my ancestors.
Anything cool?
Who's
your favorite? You got a favorite?
Qui-Gon Jinn.
I don't think you're related to Qui-Gon Jinn.
You know, you've never been to my ancestral plane. I should invite you sometime.
I've been waiting for the Evite.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the app called that was an anonymous app It was made in like 2014, 2015.
Cookie Clicker.
And not Cookie Clicker. And it was made for like high school kids to anonymously post about their high school.
Flappy Bird.
No, but if you know the answer to that, 216-859-8699, because I've been trying to figure it out. What a dangerous app. What a
That
time
was
to be
horrible.
alive.
I remember that like so vividly once you said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did I. I forget the name of the app.
Yeah.
It's
but
probably
yeah.
something so simple, too.
Right. Yeah, I remember that was where like fake drama would
Yeah.
start, because it would be bots making up things and using other people who logged in using their names for what I could only assume now was like fake tea, essentially.
Yeah.
Anonymous, quote unquote, anonymously posted fake tea.
That shit was definitely just stealing kids' information.
Which is a crazy, crazy concept, because also, too, that's not like an app that you're going to tell your parents about.
Yeah, I would assume very little parents knew about that app.
Or teachers or anything
Yeah.
like that.
I don't
'cause
think anybody knew. That was very quiet.
Yeah, because it was all anonymously posted, and so you didn't want to be like, yeah, I have that account, or I know about that app.
ChatGPT came through on me.
Yeah?
You're thinking of After School.
Yeah, that is what it was
An
called.
anonymous app launched in 2014 that lets students post private school district level messages on their board.
Yeah.
People also used an app in 2014 to 16 called the Yik Yak. I don't think it was that.
It wasn't Yik Yak.
Yeah, After School.
Yeah.
That's probably dead internet now. That's probably just run by bots, right?
Crazy.
You think we could start our own after school message board?
It's probably not good, as we are all above the age
Well, I
of
mean, for
20.
us and our listeners,
Yeah.
like have our
After
own
work.
school after work.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. After the show?
After the show, after air, off
Yeah.
air, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
216-859-8699 if you want to get together after work. This guy doesn't. Man accused of regularly throwing glass bottles from his Miami high-rise faces deadly missile charges. This guy lives on the
Regularly.
16th floor, I believe, of his high-rise.
I thought it said 47th.
47 floors. That's kind of ridiculous. 41st.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I thought it was in the
41st
40s.
floor balcony.
He faces 48 felony charges.
Oh.
He's
They gave him-
51 years old for more numbers for you.
They gave him 7 more. They were like, you know what? We're giving you 7 more floors worth of charges.
He faced 24 counts of shooting or throwing deadly missiles and 24 counts of criminal mischief of $1,000 or more.
Shooting or throwing deadly missiles.
He'd been doing
glass
this
bottles
regularly.
This is
Does
a
he
little out
also
of
have
proportion.
littering charges?
This is something where like the front desk staff knew about this and was like, yeah, that's Greg on the 41st floor. He's a wacky dude, you
Well,
know.
It's an apartment, not a hotel. There's no front desk staff.
I guess, yeah.
It's just his house, man.
I guess.
The landlord has to know, right? Somebody
The
has
Well,
to
they
owner
know
say
now.
something.
Yeah. The owner of the building. They definitely found out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess you're right. He was just dropping them off. But okay.
What if he didn't mean anything by it?
What do you mean?
What if he just had...
He was a friendly guy.
Well, no, you ever like been out with someone and they drink a beer?
They just throw it across the bar.
It's like Morgan
No.
Wallen throwing the chair.
No! Listen, you're like out in a parking lot and you finish a beer and you throw the bottle because you're done with it. It's like that, except he lives on the 41st floor and you never really thought about it.
Yeah, but
you
you
just
know-
finished a beer and
But is it that good? Is your first instance even really that good of an alternative to the second one?
it's enough to avoid a deadly missile charge for a bottle.
Yeah, deadly. So that was what hooked me into this. Fucking deadly missile charge.
Yeah.
Is this guy the Navy? What the?
Not the Navy!
Is this guy the Navy? A deadly missile charge? I mean, yes. He's throwing glass bottles off of the 41st floor of his apartment. That is a deadly missile, for sure.
What would the
It's-
velocity be?
It's just crazy that they word it like that. That's so...
The fact there's a specific
outlandish.
law, and I want to get the wording right here. The fact there's a specific law for throwing or shooting deadly missiles.
He was shooting those bitches.
Throwing or shooting deadly missiles is the law.
Imagine
Either one.
Imagine throwing a deadly missile and it actually exploding.
Now
would
that's
die
some
too.
velocity. How often were people throwing missiles that they put that in the law?
The people making them.
You guys got to
Just
stop
toss 'em
throwing
around the
those missiles
factory.
around.
They're playing catch on the beach with a
Yeah.
fucking missile.
Normandy. That's how it started. One missile football on the beach. One game of missile football on the beach. And
Ruined it for everyone.
You got to storm them all.
God forbid a guy plays missile football one time.
On the beaches of Normandy. Yeah.
I think we're a little far off between glass bottle and missile. I think we
Here's
need
the
to.
thing, man. I disagree.
From the 41st floor?
All right. A missile, by definition, is an object which is forcefully propelled at a target, either by hand or mechanical weapon.
There
Doesn't
you
have to be
go.
a bomb or explosive.
There you go.
He
He
didn't
says
have a
by
target.
hand. And so if he's just chucking them behind his back, all laissez-faire, yeah, that's Greg. He just throws his bottles off the balcony. You're hanging out, you drinking with Greg one day, and he's like, yeah, all right, I'm done with this Miller Lite.
I think he was so cool.
And everyone's clapping. Yeah,
Yeah.
Go Greg. Throw more bottles off the
Yeah.
roof. He's like doing a little dance every time he throws one.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds like a fun guy.
Listen, he
Have
seems
you worked
cool.
yourself into the chute? Are you on Team Missile?
Greg seems cool, but he still is throwing those bitches. That's out of his hand. That's out of pocket.
That is out of pocket.
Do we know if it was throwing them with intent, though?
It doesn't
Intent-
matter.
He intended to throw them.
I think it might be worse if there isn't intent.
I don't think so. I think it's negligent.
You're just throwing that. You're throwing that missile with no intent.
Yeah. The
You're
building's
just
management
slinging
company
that
blamed
missile wherever you feel.
I'm always slinging my missile.
Hey-o.
The building's management company blamed him for about $140,000 in property damage and other
Whoa.
expenses,
What the
including
fuck?
the purchase and installation of a net and surveillance cameras before they
Ugh.
could stop him.
Wow.
A net. That was his
That's
own
so
personal trash
awesome.
can.
Yeah, if the building had a net, we wouldn't be in this situation. I blame the building.
They should put up a suicide net
Building should have a suicide net to catch the bottles.
to catch the bottles that this guy's throwing.
Yeah.
That's an interesting. Because now I'm thinking about it like, okay,
His name's Ivan, by the way, not Greg.
That's even better. Shout out Ivan. Actually, fuck Ivan. But imagine like you're sitting in your living room,
Mhm.
you finish a glass of Mexican
Milk.
Coca-Cola,
Okay, yeah.
and you're like, all right, I'm done with this, and you just throw it out your window.
It
What
lands,
the
So
fuck?
cool.
it lands
What?
in my front yard.
What in the actual fuck?
Now think about this. If you're going to your friend's house for the first time
Mm.
and you're having a few brews,
He's about to impress me with his cool trick.
yeah, and he finishes his beer, if he finishes his Modelo Negro
Mm-hmm.
and he just tosses the fucking bottle out the window, you're going to think that's the coolest guy ever.
Mm. I'm gonna be like, hey man.
Aren't we on the 41st
yeah,
floor?
That's littering right there for
I
sure.
don't think you would. I
You
don't
know
think
what?
you'd say that,
Actually,
Shane.
you know what?
What?
Wait a moment and hear the crash.
I lived on a 3rd floor apartment.
And how much trash did you throw off the balcony?
None.
What a waste.
I peed.
I would argue that's worse.
Disagree. I peed, and it was only from the 3rd floor.
I threw my keys out the window of a 5th floor apartment.
My roommate, before he was my roommate, would always throw down his keys in a cup, in like a red Solo cup that had sponges in it, because I would get cuts from catching his keys all the time.
I had a jet ski keychain on my keys so that when I threw it, it would bounce and they would just pick it up from the floor.
Did you ever go tubing?
I have been tubing, yeah.
With your jet ski?
No.
I'm not throwing bottles off the 41st floor, and that's a fact. And if I went to Ivan's house and he was like, "Yo, man," and threw
Was he
his-
Jamaican?
I don't know. He's racially ambiguous.
Oh, okay.
And he throws the demographically ambiguous. He throws the bottle out of the
Yeah.
window. I'm gonna say that's a problem.
Who are you to say anything in his house?
I'm gonna say, Ivan. No, bad.
Because the bottle
Do not
entered
do that.
our world.
No, imagine this.
You hear a that's glass breaking, everyone.
Gotcha.
I wish I was hearing some There's
Oh.
dimes being shoveled, buddy.
Don't get me started.
Now imagine this scenario. You're on the 30th floor. And you're eating dinner by the window. Or you just finished dinner and you're on the balcony for your post-meal smoke.
Of course.
And you're taking a stiff drag of your Marlboro Blue. And here comes a Coke bottle careening past your balcony. Funniest shit you've seen all day.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yes. And then after the shatter, after the krr, I think I'd be like, whoa, that was no.
Yeah, I'd probably after the crash, I'd be like that was dangerous.
But now imagining that happening 20 some odd times a day.
It would be a problem.
Just a waterfall of Coke bottles.
You're lounging.
Now we're forgetting that he's on the 41st floor. I blame the 40 floors below him for not having for not investing in a butterfly net at that point. They're equally as liable.
What if they don't have a
I
balcony?
almost want to just blame the other 40 floors for being below him.
Yeah, they're accomplices, if you ask me.
At that point, yeah, you're a part of the problem. You're adding to the velocity.
If this man has missiles, they knew.
Imagine if he were to just throw those missiles.
They knew.
Bad.
After the first 5, there's no way it's coincidence that these bottles are dropping.
Yeah. If I'm living on the 30th floor and it's like 3 or 4 bottles a day for like a week, I'm going to be like, all right, I'm calling someone.
I'd be like, hey, you guys want to come over to this quirk we have in my building where glass falls?
My new magic act. Falling glass.
$5.35 every day.
The infinite
Coca-Cola bottle.
The infinite falling glass.
You know that game where like the things drop and you have to catch them?
Yeah.
Everybody underneath them needed to start grabbing glass bottles out of the air.
So I'm saying there's 40 other floors of people who are just as liable.
The people on the bottom don't have a chance.
Now what about the walkers by?
This took place, by the way, all these bottles over the course of 18 days.
Wow.
So you got to assume that that's like 4 or 5 bottles a day if it's like 25 bottles.
Yeah. He's on bond of $62,500.
Wait, no, it's like
and he's ordered to stay away from the building.
Good. He used to live there. Damn, and they're like, stay away. How's he going to get his stuff?
Where's he going to throw his bottles from?
He's in jail, so I don't think he needs his stuff.
The street. He'll throw
24
them
counts of
vertically.
Missile throwing.
Yeah.
Missile throwing, yeah. Yeah, I guess technically it fits the term.
24 over 18 days is only like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I really want to know.
Some days he has bad days and there's 2 or 3 bottles.
Oh, jeez.
Most days it's just 1.
Ivan on the 41st floor is having a bad one. That's the 4th bottle I've seen today.
But that's what I'm saying. 18 days, 24 bottles, right? It's 1 a day most days probably. It's not like he's doing this with intent. I don't think he's like looking at someone 41 floors like below him on the sidewalk and beaming a bottle at him.
I don't disagree with that. I think it is
intent
equally as bad.
His intent was to throw the bottle.
I'd say a misdemeanor charge of littering.
I think it is equally as bad as if there were intent.
I'd say it's a misdemeanor charge of littering.
I'm glad there wasn't intent. Do we know if anybody was hurt by it?
Doesn't say so. It says property damage.
Yeah, property damage, but like there is the potential that someone could have gotten beamed in the fucking skull.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Anybody who lived in that building could have been beamed.
Could have.
Here.
Potential.
The bottles could have...
Not did.
Listen, the bottles could have easily struck pedestrians, residents, or vehicles below, causing serious bodily injury or death. A detective wrote. That's a detective.
Could have.
With the long trench coats and the fedoras.
We gonna base laws off of could have now?
The notepads,
the bomb
and the
that's
giant
in your car
eyeglasses.
could have went off at Giant Eagle, but it didn't.
You don't know anything about detectives.
216-859-8699. Let me know if you're on the case.
So, your friends invited you to their annual Super Bowl party, but you can't remember if that's the sport that's played with the sticks or with the bat. No fear, just break out your trusty sporting event shirt from GenericClothes.com. But what's that you say? It's election season and your family has color-coded their entire personality again? Go ahead and play your part as the one true middleman by wearing your ambiguous political statement t-shirt. Yes, for all of your unwanted social interactions, geopolitical statements, or ideologies about the fashion industry in general, GenericClothes.com has you covered. Once again, that's GenericClothes.com.
Do you remember when you could press 0 and talk to the operator? Yeah, well, I'm that fucking operator. Where the hell did you guys go? I've been sitting here for the last 20 years, alright? Everyone would dial 0, everyone would talk to me, it kept me sane, it kept me from not jumping off the deep end, but I've been here for 20 years and no one has dialed 0. How do you think I'm doing? They asked me how I can fix their problems, how do you fix mine? StylesRebelRadio.com.
This week's presentation is from April 26th, 1980.
Hey everybody, Casey Kasem here from WSRR, and we have a letter from your buddy. He writes, Dear Casey, I have all of these things available in my garage. Select used, salvage, and scrap parts that I want to sell very cheap, but I have nowhere to do it. Well, buddy, I have a great solution for you, straight from Casey Kasem. It's yourbuddiesgarage.com. Your Buddy's Garage, BUDDYS, garage.com.
Unless specifically specified, no parts are guaranteed to work. These are salvage parts. Each description will give as much insight as possible into the quality of each part. We do not offer refunds for this purpose. These are intended to be quick fixes or first options before the shop.
Hi, this is Melissa.
And hey, it's Matt.
Coming at you from Synergy Music Studio.
We are a recording and production studio located on the south side near Chicago.
Check us out online at synergymusicstudio.com. We offer recording, mixing, and mastering.
And follow us on Instagram at Synergy Music Studio. Rock hard.
You're listening to the Rebel Radio Show, legal in 47 states.
We're starting a band.
Finally.
Class.
Oh, okay.
I want 18 to 20 willing adults to get together on Tuesdays at 5, and we're going to learn how to play brass and woodwind instruments together.
I'm going to learn the viola.
That's not a brass or woodwind instrument.
I'm the exception.
You need to find a strings class for that, buddy.
Fuck.
I'm just starting a band class for adults.
I want to play the tuba, trombone. I changed my mind.
You're going to have to fill out the registration form and rent the instrument, by the way.
Build it.
We're all renting.
We're all building the instruments from scratch.
Nothing you've played before.
Okay.
Have to learn.
Well, I've played every instrument ever.
And if we get good, we can play the Rose Bowl.
I'll play the spoons.
Oh, spoon, yeah, band class.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
That's what it would sound like if I were to play the spoons.
What would it sound like if Mark Zuckerberg sued Mark Zuckerberg?
Probably something similar to that.
Oh. Well, it's happening. Mark Zuckerberg suing Mark Zuckerberg. How does this work? Is this like when John Fogerty was sued by CCR for sounding like himself?
No.
Oh, is this what, like when that guy from Metallica sued LimeWire? Fuck that guy.
Fucking, he sued Napster.
Fuck Napster.
No, fuck Metallica.
Fuck Metallica.
There you
Sorry.
go.
I don't know who I'm fucking.
So basically, this Mark S. Zuckerberg, a bankruptcy attorney from Indiana, is suing Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook founder, for the namesake, Mark Zuckerberg, because he says that his account for his Facebook account for his law firm has been disabled 5 times over the last 8 years. for impersonating the billionaire Mark Zuckerberg.
So this Mark Zuckerberg from Indiana, he is trying to make a Facebook account, and Facebook keeps taking down his account because his name on Facebook is Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes.
So, a couple questions. Number one, why wouldn't you try and put something different in there? Why not Mark S. Zuckerberg, Mark Zuck, Mark Z, M. Zuckerberg,
Marky Z.
Marky Z? Like, number one, did he try that? Number two, how active has he been after his account gets reported?
Well,
like, is he
apparently-
filing claims with Meta to be like, hey, no, that's my name, here's my ID?
He had gone in with an advertiser to advertise via Facebook for his attorney,
Oh.
whatever.
It's an attorney company.
Yeah, you know,
The lawyer firm.
whatever those lawyers do, you know.
However they're
Lawyer
doing
companies.
it. However they're doing it these days.
But he,
The lawyer store.
the company took the $11,000 and then it was not able to be advertised on Facebook because Facebook shut it down.
I see. So this guy paid, and then essentially the advertising company couldn't do anything, but they kept the money.
Yep.
So he's not paying, or he's not trying to create a Facebook page. He is trying to sell an ad on Facebook
Well, he
for
tried.
Mark Zuckerberg, attorney at law.
Right.
And Facebook is saying, hey, Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Facebook, is not
You're
running
not
a
an
law
attorney.
firm.
You're not an attorney. You own this.
Yeah, his page was then disabled again after that. Well, I guess the advertisements went up, but the advertisements were taken down
Right,
by
by Facebook.
Okay.
And then Zuckerberg told WTHR TV, "It's not funny. Not when they take my money. It's really pissed me off this time."
So I understand because the advertising company did what they said they were going to do. They took the money and they bought the advertisement. That is where their job ends.
Right.
Facebook are the ones that took it down.
Right.
So technically, he's wrong. His beef isn't with the advertising company. Facebook didn't take his money. They took the advertising company's money.
Right.
The advertising company got paid, so
Right.
they're out of the equation
Right.
because they did the thing they were paid to do.
Right.
So basically, his lawsuit is for he's accusing Meta of negligence.
Okay.
And of negligence and breach of contract for suspending his accounts for baseless and improper reasons.
So they, on top of like taking down the ads, they also have suspended his Facebook accounts.
For impersonating Mark Zuckerberg.
And I'm assuming this is like a continuous thing that's been happening with him.
Yes, he said, 5 times in the last 8 years?
So it's very interesting. I was trying to figure out if I could see how old this guy is, this Mark S. Zuckerberg guy.
Well, he's a lawyer. You probably found him online, right?
40, oh no.
You probably could find him online,
Yeah.
but this article specifically that I'm looking at doesn't state his age at all.
Okay.
But like, if he's dealt with this 5 times at least over the last 8 years, and has been a lawyer, or at least like working towards being a lawyer, you would think that at some point, like, I wonder if it's been building up to this for him for a long time.
He knew that he was going to have this lawsuit eventually.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
Like, I wonder if he was like just waiting for the prime opportunity
Yeah.
to be like, now I'm going to sue you
Your
guys.
name happens to be Mark Zuckerberg, and you happen to be practicing law. You know you have a lawsuit in the works.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you've had, especially like one of the multiple times that your Facebook account went
Yeah.
down, thinking like, oh, this wasn't the time, but
By the second time that happened, he had the plan.
right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for sure.
Exactly.
He said that he's had the name way longer than that billionaire. His law career began 38 years before the other Zuckerberg was just a toddler.
So he's an old guy.
Yeah,
He's probably in his 60s.
Has to be at least 60s,
Yeah.
mid to late
Is
60s.
what I would imagine if I am to take an educated guess based off of this article and the information that I'm
Mark Zuckerberg's what, late 30s, 40s, somewhere around there?
41.
Yeah, he's 41.
Okay. And if he was a lawyer 38 years
Before
Mark Zuckerberg,
was a toddler, so
yeah. So he's Probably a little older than 60.
Yeah.
Probably close to 75.
At this point, why fight it?
I don't know if he's that. I mean, the picture that I'm seeing from this article.
He's not that old?
Yeah, he looks like.
So he's just blowing shit out of proportion?
50, 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's just blowing things out of proportion
But
a little
still,
bit.
regardless, he's older than Mark Zuckerberg
Right.
and has run, like, it's something where he has been anticipating this, I would have assumed.
Don't get me wrong, he still has the grounds for it. I think he's absolutely in the right here. However, this isn't just like a I'm pissed off now thing. Like you said, he's definitely known he has the option of this lawsuit for a long time.
Right.
Also, I wanted to check because I don't doubt that Facebook puts a block on the name Mark Zuckerberg or at least like flags it or something for review. I don't doubt that. But I've also encountered a lot of things on Facebook recently. We talked about dead internet theory a little bit last hour of pages or fake accounts for like wrestlers. Like Roman Reigns, for instance, liked my post the other day because I watched. Yeah, thanks. Me and the big dog are close. My tribal chief. But because I liked a reel that was just in the algorithm of reels, and the account that posted happened to be a fake Roman Reigns account.
Right.
And so I got a notification that Roman Reigns then liked a post of mine as like a fucking
Tit for
driving
tat.
interaction thing.
Right.
But obviously it's just a fucking spam account using the name Roman Reigns.
Right.
So I wanted to check. There's at least 6 people I'm looking at right now on Facebook named Mark Zuckerberg that aren't the Mark Zuckerberg.
Well, I wonder how often those get vetted and, like, deleted. You know what I'm saying?
The first one that came up looks like it's been on here quite a bit. It's got 750 friends.
Well,
like has a good fucking amount of posts.
He did say that he has the account. It's only been disabled 5 times over the last 8 years.
Right.
So they just keep disabling him from being able to
Yes.
post or make ads.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm
Okay.
wondering if, like, these people have their accounts, but then they get taken down or something. Like,
They get Facebook jail.
right,
Yeah.
they get Facebook jailed.
Interesting.
And so I wonder
Probably.
if that was, like, the situation with this guy.
Yeah, he did. He even referenced Facebook jail.
Right.
So it's because he's using it as a business account.
Yes.
Because he's running ads through it.
Yes. That it's gone.
Kind of like how we
moreover.
can no longer post videos on Facebook.
Yeah, basically.
It's basically what he's in the same situation as.
Mm-hmm.
But
Interesting.
He
Gotta hop on this lawsuit.
Mark.
We gotta sue Mark Zuckerberg.
216-859-8699.
Yeah, Mark S. Zuckerberg.
It doesn't tell us what the other demands are. It just says, among other demands, he is seeking a refund from Meta for the $1,000 or the $11,000 he lost.
He's not going to get that.
I wonder if he's asking for money too. Like what do they call
He
it?
wanted
Settlement?
attorney fees.
Yeah, like settlement or like damages.
Oh, yeah.
Probably damages.
He's probably going to get a settlement.
Oh, for sure.
Facebook is probably going to give him an exuberant amount of money for this
Right.
to brush it under the rug and not talk about it.
Right.
However, if I was in the jury, I'm on this guy's side. He's not entitled to $11,000 because that's not how much the Facebook ads cost. He paid an advertising company that much money.
Yeah.
The advertising company is taking that money to advertise. So the Facebook ads themselves didn't cost $11,000. They cost significantly less than that for the advertising company to make money.
Dude, if this dude's an attorney, he knows that he's probably not. Did
Yeah.
it say that he's asking for $11,000 in damages?
He's
Yeah.
asking for that money back.
He's asking for the reimbursement of the $11,000 that he
Huh.
lost.
That's interesting.
Super unfortunate for the advertising company, if I'm being honest. They did their job.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They made advertisements and posted them for him.
It's not their fault. And again, I think it goes back to your point of he knew this would happen.
Right.
I think he knew very well that if he paid an advertising company, because that way he's not going to get a refund,
Right.
instead of them Facebook taking down the ad and refunding him the money, it's not going to happen because he paid a third party. That money was probably refunded to the third party.
Right.
But
Very
the deal was that
possible.
they made the fucking ad and they made the ad.
Right.
So he probably knew exactly how this would play out, if I had to guess.
You would hope.
Yeah.
He is a lawyer.
Right.
He's a bankruptcy lawyer, but
I mean, he's just going to law school.
you still know the laws.
Still
Past the bar.
yeah, still past the bar. I mean, good for this guy though.
Yeah.
For not like blowing his load too early, pretty much. Like
Yeah, he said on this.
right, like he totally could have if he has been practicing law for
30 some years.
Yeah, 30 plus years. He probably could have formulated a case after like the first time this happened.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, I'm going to need to use this at some point, or I'm going to need to advertise my company at some point, and they're not going to let me. And so I'm going to wait.
I'm wondering if he had ran ads by himself before on Facebook and they'd been taken down, so he knew this would happen. And my only fear then would be if that is the case and he had run an ad previously just to know that this would happen, that Facebook's legal team would look at it and say, well, no, you knew this would happen, and you didn't come after us, 10 years ago when you tried this.
Well, I almost wonder if, something else
If we should go to break.
Yeah.
216-859-8699. Let us know if you're named Mark Zuckerberg.
Hey, Style here, and I want to take a minute to talk to you about Hellbender Vinyl, a proud supporter of local and independent music and a proud supporter of WSRR Radio. Hellbender Vinyl is one of America's most trusted custom vinyl pressing plants. Located in Upper Lawrenceville on Butler Street, Hellbender is Pittsburgh's first and only vinyl record pressing plant and is here to help local bands and artists get their albums onto vinyl. Hellbender Vinyl offers vinyl record pressings to ensure that albums don't just end up as a bunch of ones and zeros floating around somewhere on the internet. So, if you're interested in giving your album a physical release, you can visit hellbendervinyl.com to start the conversation today. Plus, every customer at Hellbender Vinyl receives 5 free test presses to review at no additional cost. Hellbent on quality, hellbent on service, hellbendervinyl.com.
WSRR, the champagne of beers. Sue me.
Hey, buddy, what's wrong?
I think my alternator's bad, and I really don't have the money to take to the shop right now, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
What? I have an idea.
If you're going to say eBay, I already tried eBay. It's like $85 for the alternator. I might as well just take it to the shop at that point.
Well, the issue is you went to the wrong website. The website you need to go to is yourbuddiesgarage.com.
Yourbuddiesgarage.com?
Yeah, they have all the used, salvaged, and scrap parts, and they're sold cheap. It's yourbuddiesgarage.com. Unless specifically specified, no parts are guaranteed to work. These are salvage parts. Each description will give as much insight as possible into the quality of each part. We do not offer refunds for this purpose. These are intended to be quick fixes or first options before the shop.
The following is an unpaid public service announcement from the Styles Rebel Radio Health and Hygiene Committee.
Hey, just next time you have some trash with you, anytime you're done using something and you have a trash, and then it's trash, do not litter it and throw it in the garbage can instead. Okay.
Hi, this is Melissa.
And hey, it's Matt.
Hi guys, my name is Ari.
Coming at you from Synergy Music Studio. Come through to a Synergy Naked session.
Synergy Naked is a live performance recording, also captured on video. Look for our releases on YouTube at Synergy Music Studio.
We're located on the south side near Chicago. Passing through.
Hit up our DMs on Instagram at Synergy Music Studio. Rock hard.
Whoever's the owner of the gray sedan, you left the Rebel Radio Show playing.
Do you think we'll get to a point in technology where we'll be able to see the analytics of real versus computer listeners? For like any content, like YouTube, you can see where they're like how many viewers were fake accounts.
Maybe. I think it's possible.
And then how long before platforms start to shut that down so they don't expose how many fake views are out there?
15 years.
15 years?
Yeah.
I said 15 months.
Okay.
I don't have 15, but I got 4 good sponsors you can check out. SynergyMusicStudio.com. They're based out of Chicago. Hellbender Vinyl in Pittsburgh, PA. Clearview Windows in Northern Ohio. And GenericClothes.com. Go to WSRRadio.com today. Go to our kick-ass sponsors section and check them all out. Give them some love and check out the awesome services they provide. Speaking of services, Ghana, West Africa, correct?
I believe so.
Ghana is specializing in fantasy coffins.
Yeah, so it's going crazy on my feed, apparently. I don't know what I did to
Big on
get
death.
this, but I've been getting these in like my Instagram feed,
Mhm.
and it's just crazy
Sick-ass.
expensive sick-ass coffins. And they're all coming from Ghana. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And it made me completely rethink what I want when I die.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
They're not just like coffins.
No.
They are, I don't even know how to describe it. They're like
Exactly.
floats almost that you're buried in.
Yeah.
Here's
It's
my
like a parade float.
There's ones of like fish. I've seen
Yeah.
ones of mailboxes.
There's one that's a syringe and it says for single use only.
Yeah, this one's a crate of tomatoes. Here's my question: is I read the first paragraph of this and I'm instantly confused because, like you'd imagine, they are supposed to represent something that reflects the person's life or maybe something they were passionate about.
Yeah.
Like Shane said, the first two pictures I see are a syringe and then a Bic pen. Who's getting buried in these things?
See now, like
The
I'm
CEO of Bic.
I'm seeing like a shoe, a chili
Sure,
pepper, a lion.
sure.
There's a crab. One's like a turkey.
This one's a gas pump.
One's
This one's a turnip.
One's an airplane.
That's sick as fuck, right?
It's kind of cool. I could get behind it. Imagine if it was like a giant wooden like a Fortnite gold or something like that. What if it was like
That's
a
crazy.
giant like piece of-
Peely?
Yeah. What if it was Peely? I'd die in a Peely.
How much do you think these are going for?
Oh, I have no idea.
I
They're
don't-
probably exponential, like hundreds of thousands
Well,
of dollars.
okay. Here's the other
Caskets
thing.
are
though.
normally that expensive.
Here's the other thing, though. Is it like something where these are popular in Ghana, so they're under the Ghana exchange system, and so maybe it's like a large amount of their money, but because our exchange rate is so different, it's only like $300.
I don't think that's how that works.
Well, that could be though.
So when
I mean, yes, but I think it's probably more than that, right?
I don't know.
Also,
I don't know what Ghana's currency is.
well, regardless, you'd have to have it shipped over here, and that's not cheap. I think that's probably where the majority of the cost would come in.
The shipping of the casket,
Right, plus tariffs, you know. So
Right.
like there's a bunch of factors to talk about there. Also, I was apparently way off in my estimate. Caskets are between $2,000 and $5,000, which are still expensive. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
Too much for a dead body.
Yeah.
But I thought they were like 10.
So you think that this then would be like $10,000?
Probably close, right?
I just feel like it would be cheaper because, and again, I don't know what's making me feel it, but I feel like the exchange rate, like I feel like the dollar is worth more than one Ghanaian coin. Or
Ghanaian coin.
Ghanaian
All right, I'll look up what
currency.
fucking Ghana uses. I think it's close.
I'm trying to look up how much they cost, and they say that they start around $700, but I feel like that's too low.
I wonder if it's $700 their currency, or maybe they have the same currency. I don't know.
Ghanaian cedi
Ah, okay.
is what it is, and it's close to $1.
Okay.
Actually, it's not close to $1. I lied. It's like a tenth of $1.
So
It's 0.028 of $1
0.028
is one Ghanaian.
So $1 would probably
cedi.
$1 would probably be like
$10.
Yeah, like 10
Like
CD.
$9, 8, $9. Yeah.
Yeah, 8-9 CD.
So not terribly off.
Okay. So if it's 700 CD, that's still only like
$7,000.
no less 70 or something like that, right?
They have like a big antelope that's standing
yeah,
on
I did
4
that
legs.
backwards.
Yeah.
They're just insane.
Even if that was USD, $700 was the starting price you saw.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's probably like a low end, right?
And
Simple
maybe
design.
that's already pre-converted.
Right.
It said that some museums have collected them for $2,000.
Okay, so we'll use that. We'll use the $2,000 marker as like a minimum for these caskets.
Big loaf of bread.
Yeah, even if you got like a super intricate one,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's justifiable to a coffin. There's a Marlboro Reds box.
Hell yeah.
That's fucking awesome. Like I and that was gonna be my point before we even talked about the price. I think it's probably comparable. Like I don't think it's unreasonable, even if it was a little more. It's probably close to what a normal casket
Okay.
costs.
Here's the other thing that I think
But
about
you got to get it shipped.
Yeah, you gotta get shipped is the big part.
You gotta get it shipped. So say it's $2,000. You gotta get shipped. Say that's
Probably,
$500 or
yeah.
something like that. Cost $3,000, $4,000 altogether.
I think you're looking at like $1,500 shipping. No. Yeah.
Well, you got to do it by
To
plane.
ship a yeah, you gotta have it freight.
Yeah, but you could have it.
So like okay for reference.
Freight by boat.
Yeah, but for reference, if I want to buy a tailgate for my truck, because I've looked at this, the tailgate itself might only be $120, but I have to have it delivered by freight here. For a tailgate, it was $1,000. So like we're moving a coffin.
I see.
To another country.
Right.
Not from Indiana, you know. So like, it's probably a fucking pretty penny.
And you probably have to figure out customs on it, too.
Plus, like, when you're shipping it, I can't imagine these things are incredibly sturdy, right?
Well,
I feel like they are. They said they're, like, good wood, like, decently... I'm selling
Made
you
with
guys
good
on
wood.
fantasy coffins from Ghana.
I'm not
like,
against it. I think it's a good
Yeah.
concept.
It feels.
I'm just
though-
saying, I think it's going to even out in price.
Well, and it feels just really unrealistic because you'd have to contact this group of people in Ghana and be like, "Hey, I live in the U.S. and I want one of these caskets."
Yeah, they
I
don't
want it
just
to
have,
look
like, an
the-"
online store, I don't
Right,
think.
right.
Realistically, I
Mhm.
think the way this trends is a lot of people getting scammed by fake websites promoting these sales because you know they come from Ghana. So if I'm sending thousands of dollars to Ghana, I'm not going to think anything of it if another scammer in Ghana
Right,
is getting
right,
my
right,
money,
right.
as long as it's going to an account in Ghana.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, okay. This is switching topics completely. But when was the last time you guys got scammed?
You know, it's funny. I just listened to episode 57 of Off Air, and we talked about this, getting scammed. We talked about the first time we got scammed. I don't have a recent time I got scammed, I don't think.
I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Not that I can remember.
Last time I got scammed, it was probably 6 or 7 years ago. I tried to buy a pair of Ghostface pants online, and they never showed up.
I got scammed probably about a year ago.
Was it the boat?
It was the boat. Thought I was gonna get a free. I thought me and my fiance at the time were gonna get a free honeymoon trip to Jamaica, and we won. And then it was a scam. I remember getting the text of like, it was a picture of my card that I filled out, and it was like, "Congratulations, if you're this person, you won." And I was driving, and I was like, "I've been blessed. This is the best day of my life." Called my wife. I stopped at her work. I showed her. I was like, "Look, we won. We won." And I called my family. I called my grandpa, and he was like, "That's fake, man. Like, you got scammed." I'm like, "Fuck." Looked it up. It was so. From what I understood, they would send you on a trip, but it was like a pyramid scheme. Like they'd trap you in a.
You don't have a way back.
Yeah, they'd trap you in an advertising sale pitch for like the whole weekend, sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Like, you're going to pay for a little bit of it.
Right.
Or at least the way back.
You got the timeshare
right
aspect
got
of
the
it.
timeshare.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been scammed before, but I would not get scammed by fake Ghana men with their coffins.
I think I'm not against this. I think this, price-wise, I think it's probably close to even. Probably close to breaking even than buying a coffin, because coffins are way too expensive.
I guess.
And like they make those weird ones now. They're like biodegradable fungus coffins that eat you and then degrade into the earth.
They
I
turn
don't like
into
that.
trees?
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I
I
like
don't like
those
that.
little
I know I'm
eggs.
not using it anymore, but like, I still don't like the thought of it.
You're gonna get burned.
I'm like a Viking funeral.
No,
Well,
cremated.
Cremated. But
Well.
a Viking funeral is my dream funeral.
Viking
Yeah?
On the
funeral
record.
is cool.
Yeah, put some coins over my eyes, put me on a boat, have a really good archer light a bow, and then set it on fire.
What if
and
they
suck it.
miss,
They
and
would
then
just-
you're just a body adrift at sea?
They just light another one.
What if they only have one?
They would have. I would make sure that they had more.
What are you gonna do? You're dead.
My ghost.
You're not gonna do shit.
My ghost.
You
would
gonna
help
haunt the
out.
archer?
Yeah.
Hmm?
I'm gonna haunt the archer to make sure that he brought spare
What if
flaming
he misses
arrows.
all of them? What if there's wind that day he didn't account for?
There's a bit like that. There's a comedy bit like that. It happens in a movie.
happens.
I think
in
it's
general.
like a Monty Python movie.
Oh yeah,
they do that.
They
yeah.
just keep missing.
Yeah.
And then you're just a body adrift at sea.
The Viking ghosts would light my ship on fire.
Didn't they do Osama bin Laden like that?
I don't
no,
know.
they just like pushed him off a cliff.
Well, they took his eyes out and then they like shoved him into the Arctic or something.
I don't know.
They
I
just
don't
dropped
know
him in
about
the ocean.
Osama.
I think
Right?
they just like threw him in the Arctic Ocean.
Yeah.
Stopped paying attention to Osama after,
I didn't.
took care of
I didn't. After John Cena announced that we had caught and compromised Osama bin Laden to a permanent extent.
End,
Yeah.
baby.
I kept following up.
Just making sure.
Making sure that John wasn't lying.
No zombie Osamas
Yeah.
were hanging out.
Oh, baby. Call of Duty, do I have a franchise for you? The
Quick,
zombie
it's-
Osamas, also my band name.
It's a horde of zombie Osama bin Ladens. Run!
I just think about the fucking pictures they found on Osama bin Laden's hard drive of like Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle with like gold chains on and shit.
Dude, he was just kind of chilling in that bunker.
Dewey? Yeah.
No, Osama.
Oh, yeah.
Before he was zombified.
I wonder
Yeah,
how
before
Dewey
the
felt
zombie.
about that.
About Osama?
Yeah.
It's probably why he's not coming back for the revival of Malcolm in the Middle. Probably scarred him for life.
Probably.
Doesn't he like live a normal life
Yeah,
now?
he's a happy dude now.
He like stepped away from acting.
He's probably gonna have like a really cool funeral.
I was like, I'm not Dewey, but I do want a Viking funeral.
That's a quote. I don't know about a Viking funeral.
That's how I want to go.
Seems excessive to me.
I kind of want a fantasy casket, but I don't know the shape
I want
yet.
a sarcophagus.
Whoa, that's way more pretentious than my Viking funeral. First of all,
I agree.
Who's doing it nowadays?
pretentious people.
Like if I had a sarcophagus and a tomb.
You want a tomb?
Maybe. Well,
Tomb
where
of-
else are you gonna bury the sarcophagus?
The tomb of style.
Shit.
Listen,
No way.
We spend all this money on a gold sarcophagus, and you're just gonna stick me in the ground.
I'm inviting everyone I've ever met to my Viking funeral, and they're
You don't
all,
get a choice.
Yeah, I do.
You don't get to invite people to
My
your funeral.
ghost is. I'm gonna pre-send the invite
Like now?
like 10 years ahead of time.
How do you know?
I'm gonna keep a running list of people who are invited to my funeral, and year by year, I'm gonna go through and add and subtract.
Okay. With numbers or
Just crunch the numbers.
people on the list?
Just
or
the
what?
stock in there too.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
list of people attending my funeral and also my current stock standing.
And just some addition and subtraction on the
Just
side.
some quick math to make sure I stay sharp. Just some long division
to let my
problems.
future self know that I am staying sharp.
Yeah, it's to avoid the funeral. My
Right.
mind's gotta stay active,
Right,
so I'm
right.
doing a long division on the
Okay.
side of the paper.
Okay.
You imagine, like, I don't know the circumstance. You're house sitting for someone, and you open like their office door, and on their desk is just a list of names, and then division problems. Just
Who
two-
is this man?
This man is me. I am him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start leaving ominous notes like that in places for people to find that just don't correlate.
I think I want my coffin to be one long grape.
It'd be an eggplant. It would look
Nope,
like an eggplant.
Nope, it would be one long grape,
everyone
and
would-
everyone would know.
No,
They'd
everyone
say,
would
yep,
think it's an
that's
eggplant.
Shane in his
Green
long
or purple?
grape casket.
Green or purple?
And my ghost would be happy. My blue force ghost that's standing off in the distance smiling would be happy.
Ooh. I need to get like a hologram of me put in the corner of like the
I need a hologram of me, and I need to hire someone to not tell anyone about it, and
Yeah.
then set it up one day.
Yeah.
after I've
Little do you
passed.
know, you're already damned to the Rebel Radio Show afterlife.
No!
Imagine.
Sucked into the radio once
We-
the show's over.
we all die and it's just a room that looks exactly like this. We start
Ah,
the Rebel Radio
We
Show
just have to talk.
afterlife.
We just have to talk.
So what happened in the afterlife today? Shane every day comes in and says, I didn't get buried in a Viking funeral.
I do think about that meme of like me in hell explaining the Fortnite battle pass to a Roman emperor, and I think that's how it would go. I'd just be like, yeah, and so then after that it was chapter 3, season 4, and then after that they went to chapter 4. After that, it's crazy.
Do you think we can incorporate the battle pass into your funeral?
Battle pacify
Yeah.
my funeral.
Yeah.
That's the casket.
Mm.
Like if you're a
If you show up with flowers, you get like 5 levels instantly.
Yeah, if you're like a pallbearer, you get the battle pass and some V-Bucks.
I see. If you complete the battle pass, you get to see me open casket.
Wait, you get the Shane skin.
Yeah.
You get your
Oh,
skin.
no.
Yeah. Yeah. To whoever completes my funeral's battle pass, you can take home my skin as a reward.
He's making some pretty steep promises today.
Shane's funeral battle pass.
Hell yeah.
Shane, when you die, I'm going to gift you a skin.
Find a new one. I'll just regen really quick as Butthead. From Beavis and Butthead. Well, this is cool.
Nah, dude. Sarcophagus is the way to go.
No.
Gold
Viking.
encrusted.
Viking funeral. Put the
No
coins
way.
on my eyes.
Are you gonna be mummified in there?
No.
So that
No.
they can-
Like embalmed?
So that they can send me down the river Styx and I can pay my toll.
Are you just gonna be like
To the troll?
regularly
Whoever's taking it.
embalmed and then put in a sarcophagus?
Are you
You're
going to wrap yourself in mummy paper?
That's what I'm saying.
Embalming today.
It's not much different.
Future tomorrow. Embalming today is more advanced than mummies.
You think they're using like nanotech?
No, like, yes. Nano embalming.
It's tissue paper.
Remember in Spider-Man when Doc Ock says, "Peter, you've really embalmed yourself," you know?
You were watching. You watched Spider-Man 2.5 or something.
Return of the Pharaoh.
Spider-Man versus the Great Mummy.
Send it. Send Spider-Man versus the Pharaoh, please. Call of Duty Pharaohs.
Pharaoh Warfare.
Mummy Warfare.
Oh no!
Call of Duty Mummies.
Oh god! Call of Duty Mummies.
Untapped market. Activision, I want pay. What was I going with this?
I don't know.
The sarcophagus. Yeah, just embalm me and toss me in there. I'll be fine.
Okay.
Listen, they put people in boxes. They don't decompose into the earth. They're just pile of rotting person in a box.
I think the box decomposes.
I don't think like big ceramic coffins decompose.
I see.
Like, when's the last time you saw like an actual wooden coffin?
Oh, that's very interesting to think about. If like in 100 years from now, they would like dig up a coffin and it would look exactly the same.
The coffin's gonna stay the same. That's why you're paying so much
Right.
money.
Right.
Coffin's gonna stay the same.
That's
But you're gonna be
interesting.
like a pile of rotten meat in there.
That's
and bone.
interesting.
You think you'll even
Just
be
very
meat
slow.
anymore?
No.
You'll just be bone.
Slower than if you were in a wood coffin.
True.
So now, if I'm in a sarcophagus made of gold, it might be stinky, but I'm gonna, I'll be fine because I'm gonna be in the same state as anyone else in the ground in a coffin,
I'm gonna have them
and it's gonna stay closed.
burn me and then put my remains in a coffin, and then I'm gonna
That's
have
so much money.
And then I'm gonna have an open casket, open ashes funeral.
It's insane.
Where you can get really close and take one last huff of me before I'm gone.
Everybody does a line of Shane.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to do a line of shade. I've done too many in my day. Closing thought on the whole burial method. I think Lemmy Kilminster had the best way to do it. He got cremated and put into shotgun shells that were then handed out to the patrons of his funeral.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
It's a pretty good one.
I like was it Houdini? He was doing his trick and he died doing his trick. That's kind of like.
That's how I want to go.
All right, dude. You can do it.
Guess you weren't that good.
Yeah, right.
End of the day, Houdini was a bad. I was gonna say musician.
He wasn't that good at the guitar. He didn't show up.
He didn't
to
come
our,
to our band
Yeah,
practice.
didn't come to band practice.
At the end
Band
of the day,
class.
Band class. You're right. At the end of the day, Houdini was a bad magician.
Hmm.
Failed his illusion.
Yeah.
Or he was really good,
And
he
disappeared.
still disappeared.
Wow. He infinite disappeared.
216-859-8699. How do you want to be buried? Hey, listen, go to WSRradio.com right now. You get all of our shows, schedules, and more. We're live at 5, at least for the next 2 weeks here on WSRR Radio for the Rebel Radio Show. Of course, podcast goes to all platforms every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Check us out wherever you get podcasts or just listen on the website. While you're there, check out our awesome sponsors as well, like Synergy Music Studio, Hellbender Vinyl, GenericClothes.com, and Clearview Windows. Also, check out our show times, schedules, and more. You get all of our list of shows, like Off Air, like The Pigeonhole, like all of them.
Oh.
What?
Is there a new one? Is there a new one? Is there a new one?
No. Not yet.
Mm.
You keep your britches on.
I'm blowing my load.
Keep your britches on, pal.
I'm horny.
Well, if you're horny, go to WSRradio.com.
Yeah.
There's plenty to click on.
Finally, thank you. That's how I relieve myself.
Or you can tune in at 10 a.m. on weekdays on WSRradio.com to get behind enemy lines of the Cleveland Sports Show from Pittsburgh with Lucas and Dom. Or tune in at 10 p.m. during the week to hear True Vault Escapades. That's the Fallout-based radio drama from Preston Harden and his crew. Or tune in all throughout the day to hear great local and independent artists from all over the nation. Even text into 216-859-8699. Let us know who you're listening to or where you're listening from. But until next time, I've been radio's Rebel DJ Style. To my right is Shani.
Bye, everyone.
On the board is Jules.
Adios.
Peace.